Now, this morning we are delighted to launch our brand new camera club with photographer Jenny McCarthy. Each month, Jenny sets a different theme, and you, the viewers at home, can send us in your pictures to be in with the chance of winning an amazing photography prize. This is thanks to Bermingham Cameras this month, actually, and it's a really nice piece of kit, very expensive piece of kit.
Yeah.
Very good entry for people who are looking at possibly becoming pro.
It's an entry-level DSLR camera. It's a 3400. And it's got a lovely lens on it, actually. It's a kind of an all-round lens. It's an 18 to 55 millimetre.
So even a pro like you wouldn't say no to something like that?
I absolutely, like, you can take landscapes, portraits on it. Like, it's a lovely prize.
OK, well, now, as you probably heard in the green room, or if you were watching, the Grinch Hughes was trying to ruin the surprise.
Do you know what I think we should do?
What?
I think we should boycott his panto. Let's not go.
Ooh.
I'm only joking, Alan.
I'll tell you now, that would hit him where it really hurts, in his wallet.
I wouldn't miss that panto for the world.
Look, it is Christmas, and therefore there is only one theme, so it has to be Christmas.
Of course,
but it doesn't have to be cliched Christmas.
No, it doesn't. You know, I mean, Christmas is a lovely, lovely, happy time for most people, Mark. But it's not a happy time for everybody, you know. So, like, we'll show some photographs in a few minutes' time.
Well, we'll start off with the real Santa, right? OK.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, Santa's synonymous with it, and there's a gorgeous traditional Santa shot.
Yes.
And that's, you know, if you took that shot, you'd be very proud of it and lovely. But you could take a non-traditional Santa shot.
Exactly. You know, I mean, well, first of all, that photograph was sent in to the camera club, and that person would have been in...
That almost looks like a painting.
Yeah, it's lovely. It's really, really nice. I think that was taken in Lapland. But you can, you know, I suppose at Christmas, you can interpret whatever way you want.
Well, the whole point is use your eye and use your imagination.
Yes.
Right, so there's the real Santa. Now, here's a variation on that. This is Adele on Nelly's back.
Yeah. This is another one that was sent in to us last year.
Little girl on a Shetland pony.
Isn't that lovely? You know, there's just a lovely little, like a happy shot, isn't it? You know, and technically it doesn't tick all the boxes, but it's just a nice snap.
Hey, the Shetland's wearing a Santa hat, that qualifies.
It's a great snapshot, isn't it?
Right, this is Matthew, and I suppose we titled it Boy at Christmas Tree.
Yes. No, this is...
oh, sorry.
This is baking at Christmas. Matthew's probably coming up in a second. But look, baking at Christmas. You know, I don't know if you do it in your house, Mark. I don't do it in my house because I don't get time. I used to do it, but baking in houses at Christmas is just, it's such a traditional thing, isn't it? You know, the puddings and the cakes and the little gingerbread men. Yeah,
the girls, the two girls, Sophie and Mary, actually enjoy a bit of baking. Now, it's mayhem. It takes, like, they spend a day doing it, and there's about 2 days cleaning up afterwards. Mind you, in fairness, the stuff was, they did Otis recently, and they were dripping in butter, but they were gorgeous.
Delicious.
Oh, yeah. It was pure heart attack territory, but they went very quickly. We do have, we do actually have the boy at the Christmas tree in this one.
Can I tell you whose boy that is?
That's your boy.
That's my boy. That's little Matthew. That was taken 10 years ago, Mark, and I would take that out every Christmas. I have it hanging up in my house. Do you know, that for me, again, I was doing a recce on a wedding, and I just caught him looking up at the Christmas tree. It wasn't posed. He just sat there and he's looking up at the very top.
Well, there's the wonder and awe of Christmas in one shot on a child's face, which is kind of what it's supposed to be about, isn't it?
Well, that's it. And with that photograph, that was all natural light. So it was the glow of the Christmas tree landing on his face. And it was just, for me, it was just a lovely shot. So, and it was just, by the way, that wasn't on a big fancy camera either. And that's what I love about it, you know.
There's one of the keys to Jenny's heart, by the way, if you're being a contestant this month.
Children.
Children, absolutely. Now, we were talking about, you know, Christmas is a lovely time for most of us, but not lovely for some. And this next shot is going to be a very good example of that.
You know, like, it's not a happy time for everybody, Mark. But, you know, if you're into street photography, like, I walked down Grafton Street the other night and my heart was absolutely broken with the amount of people that were homeless on the street. And if you're into street photography, there are photographs to be taken, and obviously that was taken by a street photographer. So yeah. So
we don't need to say this, but if you're a civilian photographer or an amateur and you are going to take a shot like that, make sure you get the permission.
Absolutely.
And also, it doesn't, you can show the situation without necessarily showing the person or the person's face. You know, don't take whatever little bit of dignity they have left.
And, you know, some people are
do it with
enough.
compassion, not as a...
Some people are really happy to live on the street as well.
that's okay.
And happy for
but
them,
ask first.
But absolutely ask permission. Yes.
Right, now, changing tack again.
Yes.
This is Muckross, and you call this Muckross Magic, I think.
Yeah.
Little girl.
This was in our final last year. Do you remember?
Oh, I do, yeah,
a posting
absolutely.
letter to Santa Claus.
This was taken by a young man, wasn't it?
Yes, yeah. And I just loved it. I mean, I think this was like a Christmas village, and she was posting her letter to Santa Claus, and I just loved the light behind her. Loved the shot. I really liked it in colour. You know, I mean, Christmas really is colour, isn't it? You know, I mean, that last shot we saw of the homeless person.
I know, but you wouldn't necessarily think of putting blue in there, but it works beautifully because it captures the kind of the snow. Well, it gives a sense of ice and snow or cold.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Yeah.
I wonder how that young man did. I can't actually. I apologise. I can't remember his name. But was he doing visual arts or media?
Yes.
And he was going to go on and do this for a profession.
Good on yourself.
I know. Yeah. The dementia hasn't completely taken over. Well, we actually, you know, if he or any of his family are watching this morning, you might drop us a little email to let us know how he's getting on, and tell him that we showed his shot. Absolutely. Because it is a very good example. Right, reindeer, but you're going for kind of a softer, bit more. Yes. You're going for Bambi rather than Rudolph, are you?
You're such a devil. Listen. Phoenix Park, you'll see lots of them around at the moment, and the colours over there in particular are lovely. I was out there about 2 weeks ago, and they're everywhere. So it doesn't have to be posting a letter. It can be whatever you think Christmas is. But look, that's just a great shot. Lovely depth of field. Try and remember the technical part of this as well. Try and remember when you're taking the photograph, the composition, depth of field, and colour is kind of what I'm looking for at the moment.
Okay, so, well, yeah, and people can win on technical details, but this time of the year, though, it's mostly about the emotion, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Well, you're a sucker for it, so I mean,
sometimes a shot just works, you know?
Yeah. Sometimes a shot just gets you right where it counts.
Like our
Christmas time in Dublin, nighttime shot of Dublin City.
Yes. Now this is really nice. This was taken on a tripod with a slow shutter speed. So talking about getting very technical, what that means is when you're taking a photograph, the shutter goes up and down, and that shutter would have been left open for a couple of seconds to capture the movement of traffic.
But that shot is modern. It's futuristic.
Yes.
It's kind of impressionistic, and it's also traditional because it's got the tree in the middle of it. You know, it kind of ticks all of the boxes.
So everything, obviously, in the shot that's static remains static. Then anything that's moving, but it's a really nice.
That's clever. That's kind of ticking the emotional and the technical box at the same time.
Yes, of course it is. Yeah.
Right, and finally, at this time of year, I suppose, what's the one bird that everybody associates with Christmas?
And you know that they're around most of the year, but we do kind of associate them with Christmas, don't we? That's a lovely shot. I have a little robin in my back garden every day of the week. So like I said, it's not just a Christmas put.
And that is a little bit of holly as well in the front, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I'm not sure actually.
I'm assured by the director that it is.
Okay, then it is so.
And they are actually, do you know what? They're birds that you can almost get them to pose for you.
Yes.
Because they're cheeky, and if you have one in your back garden and you feed it a little bit or whatever the hell, they'll come.
Of course. And just look at that shot really quickly. Look at the leading lines in it, you know, with the branches on the tree. It works very well.
And the birds actually
positioned
in the crux of it.
Yes.
Well, there you go. There's a few pointers. Now, by the way, any or none of these can be inspiration for you. You can come up with your own thing if you want. Anyway, Jen, we look forward to it.
Yes.
And special thanks, by the way, to Bermingham Cameras for providing our Camera Club prize this month. And next Monday, we'll be showing you our Ireland AM Camera Club Christmas gift guide. So this month's Camera Club theme is all about Christmas. To enter the competition and be in with a chance, all you have to do is log on to tv3.ie/Camera Club. Submit your images for that competition.